Jilly was jolted awake by gunshots. He discovered his mother and her lover were no longer breathing. He rushed out of the car, desperately seeking help. He was found by a household and taken to the police station. Unexpectedly, the very next day, Jilly's father Rambod voluntarily came to the station to confess. He claimed he was the one who killed his wife and her lover. The police chief immediately took him to the crime scene to reenact the sequence of the murder.
Bam, 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 bam.
However, the chief harbored doubts about Rambod's story. The victims' bodies were found in the wrong positions. Rambod stepped forward and repositioned the officers playing the victims. He explained to the chief that he had moved the bodies at the scene. He couldn't bear to see his wife and her lover locked in a combative stance. The chief had another pressing question. How did Rambod, with no vehicle of his own, manage to get to the remote location? Furthermore, despite an extensive search, the pistol discarded by the riverbank was never found. Yet, Rambod refused to elaborate. The chief suspected there was a second person involved in the murder. Therefore, he brought Jilly to the scene and questioned him once more about who the killer was that night. Jilly stated he had only seen his father there. He made no mention whatsoever of another person. With Jilly's testimony, Rambod was finally convicted of murder. He served 13 years in prison. 20 years later, another couple appeared at the same location.
Mais qu'est-ce que...
The killer yanked open the car door, clutching a military knife in his hand. To be certain, he proceeded to make sure they were dead. He then shoved the boy aside, grabbed the girl by her legs, and dragged her out of the car into the center of the clearing. He pulled out a flashlight for illumination and began the final step of his plan. First, the girl's clothes were removed. Then, a specific organ was cut from her body. This was already the third couple murdered in Florence. The killer used the same pistol each time and would remove a specific body part from the female victims. Prosecutor Gaia decided to review past cases for clues. She came across the 20-year-old case of Rambod killing his wife. Among the evidence was a bullet casing that was an exact match.